Less Lethal Contingencies. Alan here. So today we are going to be using the new carbine, my Mercury Rise IntruBuster Generation 2, and I have now made a carbine build out of it, and we're going to be running this IntruBuster Gen 2 as a carbine with the 12-inch 6.86 barrel and a 6-inch Reaper suppressor. We are running the Home Defense 24 Long tuning ASA, okay, air supply adapter. We have a push on and off, or as I call it, a flip on and off valve. And we're going to be, for the first time, running this IntruBuster Gen 2 carbine from a, let's see, 25 MPa from a Hubin Cricket, a Hubin power stock, okay, that I put together with a 4,500 PSI 13 CI tank. This one is pumped up to, currently it's pumped up to 4,000 PSI. Okay, just about 25 MPa on this. The gauge that comes with the Hubin Cricket is in MPa, so we're just about 25. And you can see on this 850 PSI output regulator. It's an adjustable regulator. It's supposed to be 850, but when I throw the meter on it, whoa, actually, let me pick that up. That's a first, don't fall over. All right, stay there. Let me put it this way. Don't want this thing falling over. All right, where was I? Yes, so it's supposed to be 850. It's really more like, well, it probably would be 850 if I filled it up to 4,500 capacity, but we're only filling it up to 4,000 capacity. So it's been metering in around 800. I mean, it's a steady 800 anyways. And 800 PSI output, okay? And again, we have about 4,000 capacity on that gauge there, okay? So this is the Hubin power stock that I built of an aluminum 13 CI. I think it was 22 liter or something like that, 22, but closest size comparison in CI would be 13 CI. It's actually a little over 13 CI, so we're just going to call it 13 CI. Okay, so 13 CI tank, and it's rated, pumped up to 4,000 PSI, so huge shot count with this being at 4,000. I had used this on my Pistelli X68 Punisher build. I got videos, I think 2 or 3 videos of me using this stock on there. So we're going to use this Hubin stock for the first time on the IntruBuster Gen 2, shooting at approximately 800 PSI output with it. And yeah, we're going to be probably shooting 2 different kinds of ammunition tonight. We're going to, actually, let me go ahead and put this on first, and then I'll talk about the ammo. So we're going to screw this onto the back of the flip on and off. And it is kind of a heavy unit, a little heavy. All right. Okay, that's where I think I had it. When I had to clock the regulator. The regulator isn't adjustable or clockable. When I say adjustable, I don't mean PSI adjustable, output PSI. I mean, you can clock it, it's adjustable so that if you want to, you don't have to use O-rings and other creative measures to make it fit one marker to another. It's got this little band here that that you loosen up the Allen set screws on, and you can turn it to straighten out the stock and then tighten it back up. So I already did that, clocked it. It seems to be clocked pretty good for the IntruBuster build here, the Carbine. All right, so we're good there. And let me see if it'll balance out now. It should be all right. So yeah, so I got this new ammunition that I picked up from Less Lethal Contingency, excuse me, that's me. Less Lethal Ballistics, I'm sorry. LLB, right? They make the Smashers and the Guardians and the Vindicator rounds. They make a bunch of different 68 caliber and 50 caliber ammunition. It's pretty good stuff, some better than others. So I picked up this new one that they had. I don't remember how long it's been out, to be honest with you. To me, it's new. It may have been out for a while, but it's called Sumo, right? It's the Sumo XL, okay? And they advertise it as 6.84 and almost 11 grams, okay? So I ordered 25 of these so I could test with them, because I was like, yeah, 11 gram, almost 11 gram, great. I mean, the only other 11 gram ammo I've seen is like way big. I mean, the only thing I can shoot it out of is the factory IntruBuster Gen 2 barrel, because it's like 6.8, 7, 6.8, 6.8, you know, somewhere around there. And it's rubberized over steel, and I'm not crazy about that because they don't feed that well in the magazine. So anyways, so I was kind of looking for something heavier, but not too heavy. So a viewer of mine actually told me about these. I wasn't even aware that Less Lethal Ballistics came out with this. So yeah, it's kind of nice looking round. You know, it's green, like a dark green color. Green's my favorite color, so hey, what the heck. And it's got, you know, a little sumo wrestler guy on there, right? Kind of looks kind of cool. Anyways, under Tech Talk, that playlist, the other night I uploaded a couple still shots that I turned into a video, nothing fancy, and threw a little garbage music in there or something, you know, just to entertain you. So I weighed them and I measured them. Now the first thing I usually do is when I get new ammo is I'll throw it through my paintball gauge, right? Probably almost all of us have one of those, right? And I'll kind of get an approximate idea, you know, what gauge does it fall through. So they said they were 6.84s. Now, unless it was miscommunicated or misrepresented somehow, and they meant to say that it was good in a 6.84 barrel. I mean, maybe that's what they meant, but that's not the way it looks on the website. It says .684, which most people would assume this is a 6.84. Well, I can't speak about all the batches, but the batch that I purchased, the 25 rounds I got, they are not 6.84s. They're sadly much smaller. I really wish it was a 6.84. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to buy it. It was a 6.84, and it was said to be around 11 grams. Now, the weight, yes, the weight's accurate. They actually say 10.89 or something like that. They advertise. Every one of these came out to 11 grams, okay? So on that little Tech Talk video, you'll see that I weighed it. On the scale, you can see it's clearly 11 grams. And you can see that with my calipers, I had to use calipers on it because this was dropping right through my 8.61 ball gauge with ease, which obviously that means it's, you know, less than a 6.81, right? So I put the calipers on it, and as you'll see in that weigh-in video, they're really more like 6.80. So I think out of the multiple times I tried around, you know, tried measuring this ammo, the highest I saw was 6.81, but consistently most of my measurements going around the ball, they're trying to find the best spot, right? The beefiest, the widest part on the ball was 6.80. So I'm calling them 6.80. All All right, they say they're 6.84. I'm calling BS on that. At least this batch is not. So is it ball matched to my 6.86 barrel? No, not at 6.80. So yeah, so it's not perfect. You know, it's not a ball match. Unfortunately, I'm a little disappointed by that because I really wanted a 6.84 at 11 grams. I would have been psyched. I would have been shooting these things all day long, all night long. This would have been my go-to. Okay, for builds like this, carbine builds where I got a lot of power, this would have been my go-to. Not saying I'm not going to use it, you know, I'll use it here and there, but right now my go-to still is the ART 10 gram jewels, and for no other reason, it's because they're 6.84, you know. So of course the 8 gram jewels as well, the 6.85. Again, both of those are bore matched to my 6.86 barrel and or even my 6.85 barrel if I go with the 10 gram jewels. So but I do want to shoot them because I want to see what they're going to do because they are heavy. Also, when I put a magnet to them, they don't seem to be magnetic at all. So I'm not sure what material. I still have to research it a little bit more, or maybe check with Glenn. You know, maybe I'll send him an email or something and find out exactly what these are. It doesn't, I mean, for something that's 11 grams, you would think there'd be some sort of iron powder in them or something. So I'm not sure what they're using to make them heavy. Maybe it's aluminum, you know, I mean, maybe it's some kind of a aluminum with something else in it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I have no idea. I assumed they were going to be some sort of composite with iron powder in it or something like that, or maybe, you know, a steel ball, you know, wrapped in nylon or whatever the hell they're using, the ABS, right? Like we see with the ACILs, right? They're steel balls and they're like just a little over 10 grams, hard as hell ammunition. You know, I don't know how hard these are going to turn out to be. Again, they're not magnetic. You know, I put a pretty strong magnet to it and it wasn't pulling it at all, not even in the least. But they got weight. They got weight. But anyways, enough said. I got 6 of these in here. I'm going to shoot these off first. And let's see what the hell they do. Because honestly, I got to swipe out of this stuff. I got to change my setting on my phone for that. But anyways, honestly, I bought them. They're 11 gram. I want to see what they're going to do. But I imagine, given they're so small, there's going to be a decent amount of blow by, you know, going by these balls going through. So I'm not expecting a hell of a lot of efficiency. One of the reasons why I'm going to use the Hubin stock tonight at 800 PSI, because the shot count's really high with this 4,000 PSI capacity tank. So I'm going to shoot these first. And then if everything goes well, I am going to shoot just 4, because they're pretty heavy. 4 of these steel ball bearings that I got from a viewer. Okay, these are the ones I was discussing the other night that I was thinking about shooting the next day. These actually are 6.85. So they're not small at all. They do run down this barrel, and since I did hone out my extension, my 7.5 inch long extension, and I honed them out for the purpose of being able to use these. So they go right through nice and snug. These are a bore match, perfect bore match pretty much to this 12-inch barrel. So, but they weigh in at 21.5 grams. They are like heavy, okay? And yes, they are magnetic, you know, big time. So I got 4 of these in this magazine. So I'm gonna be, you know, if everything goes well, we don't have any leaks, the usual mumbo jumbo, right? Everything goes good, then I'll finish up shooting 4 of these just for fun, you know, just to kind of give us something to compare them to. You know, I'm sure these will have a lot of kinetic energy as far as putting some knockdown power down range. However, you know, I don't know if this gun's gonna have enough power to really make good use of this kind of heavy ammunition, but we'll see what it is. I mean, if we get like, I don't know, 80, 90, 100 joules out of these, I'll be surprised, because this is pretty heavy stuff. 21.5 grams. Okay. These are 11, so we're going to be comparing a small non-bore matched 11 gram ammo to 21.5 gram ammo that is bore matched. So should be a good, good competition, if you would. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. So we'll, yeah, that's what we'll do. So let me get the cranny set, the feet per second. Let me go ahead and let me air this up. Let me put one of these in here and get that ear plug in there. Let me air it up first before I put the rest of my ear plugs in and make sure everything sounds good. All right. Push on to air it up. No ammo in it. Everything looks good. Got a leak somewhere though. All right. This thing was totally leak-free yesterday. You never figure with these things. All right, well, at least the on and off's working. Flipped it back off. It's not bleeding any air by that. Let's try it again. Unless maybe, did I not have this tight enough? That should be in there tight enough. I clocked it right there. Well, let me try it again. No. Go figure. All right, let me try something else. Oh, goes my dog. Come on. I'm wasting a lot of air, Alan. Down to about 3,200. All right. Not sure what the heck's going on with that. This thing was just fine yesterday. Let me try another tank. Oop. All right. I may not be shooting this. Let me try. Oh, hell, let me try my. Damn, these freaking things get tighter on their own. I swear, once you air them up, they get bloody tight. Oh. I did not put that on that tight, but they do have a way of getting tighter on their own. I'm just going to try my 1100 slide check really quick on this, and I don't know if maybe the air is not rushing in quick enough and it's doing something. So I just want to do a quick little test on the last time I shot this yesterday. I didn't have the Reaper on it. I had the Recon muzzle brake on it, but I was using this slide check here, this 13 CI 1100 PSU 1100 PSI output tank. So let me see what it does aired up on this if I still have a leak. If I still have a leak, then I may have to cut the video, investigate it, and then splice this into, you know, and then come back, I guess. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? That sounds like a sizable leak, so I've already lost close to 1,000 out of that tank, so I may not even be using that tank tonight. I may just use this. If this airs up, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. So let's try it. All right. Wish me luck. All right, unloaded slide check regulator. So we know with these, sometimes they do crazy things. So let's see. Let's hope they don't this time. Well, the leak is better, but I still hear a slight little leak in there. But it's not that bad, so I'm going to shoot through this leak. The other one was steady enough. I mean, you could probably hear it through the Bluetooth. This one's very minor leak, so I don't mind shooting through this one. This way I can at least try out these sumo rounds, which I really want to try these sumo rounds out. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. We are going to try these 6 rounds of sumo, and then we'll check and see what we have left in this 13 CI 1100 PSI output tank. We'll see what we have left and see if we got enough to get off a couple of these real heavies. Even if we only get 1 or 2 off, you know. So we'll see how that goes. All right. She's aired up. All aired up. Of course, with this in my hair, can I? Yeah, very, very small leak. Shows I have about 2,500 PSI capacity on the tank. Okay, so we're starting off with 2,500. It wasn't much higher than that when I pumped it up anyways, from when I first screwed the bottle on, so it's not that bad. I mean, it wasn't completely up to 3,000 anyways. I don't know, the tank tends to shut off. I have to set the tank to like 30, 31, 32-ish just to get these gauges on here to read like 3,000, so usually like 3,100, so. All right. Okay, 1,100 PSI. 12-inch 685 barrel with the 6-inch Reaper and the very much not bore matched 6 rounds of the 11-gram less lethal ballistics Sumo XLs, okay, which are coming in at about 680. Okay, not the 684 that I was hoping for. So we'll see what they do. We got 6 of these in here. All right. Just gonna call out the feet per second. Let's see what we get. All right, 11-gram Sumo ammunition, Sumo XL, 1,100 PSI, Mag 1, Shot 1. 471.2 feet per second. Shot 2. 460 0.1 feet per second. Shot 3, 467.6 feet per second. I don't know if I had if a round just ricocheted out of the box or if I had another round fall out of the barrel like happened the other day. I don't know, there might only be one shot left in here. I think this is shot 5. Oh man, I didn't. I freaking did. I freaking did. Oh. I still got a round in there. So that must have been a ricochet that came out. I don't know if the chronogram's gonna survive this one, man. I don't know. All right. I do not know if my chrony is gonna survive this one, man. I think it totally took a dump. It took a dump. What do I have left for pressure? Oh well, it was cheap anyways. Hopefully I could fix it. I got a little over 1500 PSI left in there, so I got enough to fool around with these heavies, even if it's just 1 or 2. But yeah, so I must have had a weird ricochet where one round hit another round in the trap, I'm guessing, because 2 rounds came flying out. And I still have, yeah, I think it fell down behind me. I had another round in here, so I had shot 6, pulled the trigger 5 times. I'm sorry, not 6. I pulled the trigger 5 times. I'll have to replay this video because after I wiped out my freaking crowny, I know there's at least one of you guys out there that kept telling me, you're going to waste that thing. And I was like, nah. And I clipped it once before. I think I don't know if I nailed it or if it was a ricochet that came out and nailed it, but freaking A. And this is one reason why I buy cheap Amazon shit. You know, I'm not going to cry over if I just busted that thing wide open. So let me take a look at it. Oh, yeah. It's still on. Oh, wow. Shit just pulled right out of it. Oh, yeah. Yep. And you know what? Maybe I'll be able to find out what the hell's in these things, Sumos, because guess what happened to one of those Sumos? They're not that strong. I mean, what's this thing shooting for joules? I mean, it's above, well above 80, right? With the Reaper, I bet you I'm shooting about $130, 130 joules probably. But look at that shit. So, I don't know. I think one round hit another one in there somehow, because 2 came out of the trap. So I'm gonna have to slow motion the video and watch it back. But yeah, we got 1 busted. And by the looks of it, it's not one of those like iron powdered composite jobs, right? There obviously there was something in here, so probably either a steel ball or aluminum ball or something was in there. Let's see what these look like. This one's all dented up. This one's got it's like been marked and printed. This one's perfect. This one's got like road rash on it, you know, but that's fine. I mean, that happens all the time to these ammunition. They're hitting that archery material like hot, you know, hot and heavy. So, I mean, you get that like that kind of road rash look, right? Yeah, it's focusing now, like road rash. So, this one here, though, got a little chip in it. So, not super impressed with this stuff so far. New. I need to find the other piece, though. I know this video is going to be a little lengthy, guys. Bear with me. You can fast forward if this is boring, yeah. But I want to see if I can find the other piece and find what's in that Sumo ammo. I know any of you guys are probably interested in knowing what the heck's in it, so I know I am. Also, my cranny, I'm going to have to try to fix that. I'll use my, I don't even know if I could use my handheld one. This is all bent to shit. They give you extra parts in case you do something stupid like I just did and you shoot your cranny out. This sucker bent pretty good. All right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's supposed to be straight. I think a lot of this damage happened when it fell over, though. This pulled right the hell out of here, though. And I don't know if that pot can be fixed or not, so we're just gonna shut that off. We ain't using that tonight, that's for sure. I smashed that thing pretty good. Oh, here's a piece of the, here's the other piece of plastic. I just gotta find what the hell was inside of it. That's the other piece. Clearly there's some kind of a ball inside here, some kind of metallic type ball to giving it that weight, because this doesn't feel that heavy on its own. So maybe there is a steel ball in here. Once I find it, I'll know, but maybe because the plastic's so thick, that's why it didn't feel magnetic. I mean, that is pretty freaking thick plastic on there. So that's my guess now that I'm looking at it, because for it to have that weight, it's got to be like, must be a steel ball in there. Hope I can find a darn thing. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so, are you shitting me? I think this is lead. This is lead. Yeah. It's all deformed over here. I think that other round came in and smashed the crap out of that. Yeah, so there's lead. That's why it's not magnetic. But yet it's heavy. Because, well, lead's heavy, but it's not magnetic, right? So that's what that is. It's a chunk of, see if we can focus on it. Chunk of lead. That's where you're getting your weight from without the ball being, you know, really big. Yeah. All right. I had 6 rounds in there. There's 1 in my mag. That's the one that dropped on the floor out of the gun. And there's 4 here, 5. So that's all 6. So this must have happened when, my best guess is this one that's got the nick on it. Some balls are stronger than others. Yeah. So they must have collided together. This one's got like a little nick on it. The other ones look pristine. This one's got this tiny little nick on it. I'm guessing that round somehow came in contact with this round, busted this one wide open. Because I doubt this busted open just hitting the archery material. So it must have hit. And there's no other ammo in the box. I clean it out every night. So after I'm done shooting, I always clean it out. One reason is I don't want my ammo getting busted up, smashing into each other. Because some of this ammo, the only way it's so strong, the only way it does break is when it, you know, 80 joules or more, and it hits another like ammo So that's my guess here. That's definitely lead. So that's like a lead anchor right there. So there's your weight, folks. They're using lead, not steel balls. That's fine. I mean, I guess that's not a real big deal. I mean, we use lead in bullets, right? So not really that big of a deal. I just wish these things were 6.84s. You know, like they're advertised as. I really wish they were instead of 6.80s. That's really what I wish. But anyways, my cranny is probably, I don't know if it's repairable, but it's nothing I can fix right now. It did come with some extra parts. I think it came with these extra rods, so it's almost like they expect you're gonna shoot the freaking thing at some point, right? So I'll have to fix that. In the meantime, I do want to at least get one cranny reading with these 21.5 gram heavies, these stainless steel balls that are not gonna break. That's pretty much a guarantee. So I do want to get that. And then, again, as long as that leak doesn't get any worse, I got about 1,500 PSI left in the 13 CI tank, so should be able to get that off there. Let me reset the trap. Reset the trap. Can't believe I did that. I got to play back the video just to figure out, did I hit that thing dead on? Unless something came out. I mean, I don't know. I had a lot of crazy shit going on shooting that ammo, man. There was like all kinds of wild stuff going on. Anyways, hopefully this is entertaining. All right. Let's air this thing up and see if we can shoot one or two of these stainless steel ball bearings that are 6.85s and are weighing in at 21. Whopping 21.5 joules. All right, so let's air it back up. There's nothing in there. Nothing in there. Let's see, this thing's pretty long. Am I going to be able to? Yeah, I'll probably be able to do it. Yeah, I think I can get a cranny on it. Cranny reading. All right, let's air her up. Yeah, I still got the slow leak. All right, but again, we're gonna shoot through it. Let's just shoot a couple of these ball bearings and see if we can get some chronogram readings on them. All right, I got 4 in here, and I have 1,500 PSI. And let's see. This is gonna be tricky. I haven't had to use this thing on a long barrel in a while. All right. All right, 11, what am I saying, 11? 21.5 gram ammo, steel ball bearings, 1,100 PSI, 21.5 grams. Here we go. Shot 1. I'm glad I held my finger on the button. 316 feet per second. Shot 2. 310 feet per second. Shot 3. 308 feet per second. You see the way it's hitting that archery material? It's like, boom. It's like, it's hitting it with attitude. Vengeance. All right, should be one more shot left. Got just about 900 PSI left. Shot 4, the last one. 21.5 gram ammo. 292 feet per second. All right, and that's it. All right, even with a slow leak, I was able to have some fun. All right, you gotta have fun. That's what it's about, guys. All right, yeah, that was four of those stainless steel ball bearings. Freaking monsters. Monsters. All right, that's it. So we got to shoot six of the new Sumo, less lethal ballistics, Sumo ammunition, Sumo XL. We found that either I got a small batch, meaning the batch was, they're all made on the small side, or there's maybe some advertising inconsistencies going on there, because they are not 6.84 ammunition. You maybe could argue you could use it in a 6.84 barrel, but even at that, it wouldn't even be bore matched, because they're coming in at 6.80 is what they're coming in at. They are indeed 11 grams, so they're heavy, which is nice. However, they're not steel. They have lead inside, which I suppose if they hold together and they don't break like this, and I do, in all honesty and fairness to the ammunition, that's pretty thick plastic, and you know, with the lead inside, I doubt that happened from the impacting the archery material. I really think that, you know, I'm almost guaranteed, you know, I believe 100% that two balls hit each other. One hit another one somewhere in the target trap, because I remember at one point, two balls came out of the target trap. So it's like they must somehow, you know, they hit each other in there and bounced out. So bad news is my Cronny took one for the team, guys. Cronny took one for the team. I don't know if I outright shot that sucker directly, or if one of the rounds came flying out and hit it, knocked it over. Most of the damage to it is not from being hit, it's from falling over. It got all bent up, so I might be able to fix it. It came with some extra parts, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, this video's been going on for like 42 freaking minutes now. All right, anyways, hopefully this has been enjoyable, entertaining to you guys, interesting, something. Hopefully you're having a great evening. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more crazy zaniness. Peace out.